Okay, I'm gonna make a green drink. We're gonna have to talk about this because I don't always make it the same way. Hi, it's Robbie from Southern California. And what I do is I go through the garden and I collect different greens. So the first thing I want to do, let's take the lid off of this, is I want to wash these. So let me wash up and then I'll tell you what I've got. Okay, so everything is now washed. Now I can put in here whatever I want. There's one more thing I want to do, an orange. Sometimes I put in more than one. Now here's an orange. I don't peel it. I might take a little bit off, but what I do when I put in an orange is I just cut it up. Now the reason I like putting either an orange or a lemon in, it helps hold the green color. The acid, the acidity from the orange, it works really good. So if you're gonna store it in the fridge, let's say for 2 or 3 days, this really will hold it. And you can put in one or more. Let me roll my sleeves up a little bit. All right, now, this is red vein sorrel. I love it because it's got red in it, which we really need. So I'm gonna add this in, and I brought in quite a bit, that's okay. And I'm gonna chop it up. Now the next thing I'm gonna put in is this is a little bit of oregano. I don't want a bunch of stems because I'm not straining this. I'm gonna eat or drink the entire thing. So I'm just gonna take off the stems. Then this is basil, which is good for our health. So I put in a little bit of basil. Let's see a little bit more. This is lemon verbena. I just happen to love it. Love the smell. Sometimes I make tea out of it. And then I've got celery here, and celery, let's see, we're gonna put in celery. Now what I'm gonna use in here are the leaves. It's got a lot of vitamins. Though the stems are good, the leaves just blend up really well. So I'm gonna use quite a few leaves. And the stems and the rest of that, I'll just compost that. And I think I've got almost too much, but you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and use it anyways. I'm going to cut it up a little bit. I like chopping it up because it will chop up finer if you cut it up before you put it in. Okay. Now here I've got a little bit of purslane. Now I want to explain, I don't always put everything in. It's kind of whatever I forage. Sometimes it just has a lot of brassicas in it. I always try to get red vein sorrel in there and a little bit of herbs. Whatever I decide to forage. Like today I brought in moringa. See the leaves? Sometimes I forget and I don't bring it in. It doesn't have to be the same all the time. So here I'm not going to blend up the stems. I'm just going to use all the leaves and I'm just sliding it off, and this will all get composted. Let's see, what else do I have? It Malabar spinach. I'm not a big fan of eating it or cooking it, but putting it in here is great. And it cuts up so easy and it blends up really good too. So that was big. Those are big leaves of Malabar spinach. Well, let's see. Now this is a little bit of Swiss chard. So I brought in a few leaves of Swiss chard. You can put that in there. Let's see. This is sage. And I've got some more. Oh, this is orange mint. You can put in whatever you want. I tend to use orange mint in my drink just because it's not chocolate. I'm not making a chocolate drink. I'm making a healthy drink. Though chocolate would be fine to use, I just like the aroma of that. Now I brought in some purple basil. So it's kind of whatever you want to bring in. You could go with just 3 or 4 different types of greens. I mean, here I brought in different brassicas. I'm going away from the stems right now because I want to make sure it blends really good. I mean, a little bit of the stem is okay. And if you want to use the whole stem, it's fine. You've seen me probably do this different ways, and it's always going to be different. So it depends on my mood. I used to strain it, and then I kind of went back again to use everything. I mean, it's the whole plant that's got all the vitamins and minerals and, oh my gosh, everything for us. kind of getting full, so I don't know how much more I'm going to put in. Let's see what we've got here. So this is tree colored. So I think I'll put in some of that, some of the softer part of the leaves. And this is more different kale and collard, different ones. This looks like regular collard. I think we're, like I said, we're getting full, so I may call it quit soon. Now, I make it where it's going to last 1 to 2 days. It depends because Gary drinks a lot of it too. It's got so much for us. It is so good for us. And let me tell you something. I feel better when I drink it. Let's see if I can fit in any more. I love dark leafy greens. This is something I think everybody should be growing, is dark leafy greens. There's a lot of people that try to eat 2 pounds a day. You don't want to overdo it. So this is nowhere near 2 pounds. But there are people that try to get 2 pounds of green, leafy greens in their body a day. I don't feel I need it. I have felt that 1 glass of this is more than enough. And to be honest, it's 1 o'clock in the morning right now. So I'm not going to be drinking it right now. I might taste it. But I don't want to be drinking this late at night because it gives me energy. A bit more in. I think we're good. I think we are good. And I think I am going to go ahead and put in, I could put in the whole lemon. I'll take a little bit of the skin off. This is a big lemon. Oh, I love the smell of lemons. I think that will do it. This, you know what? Let's just put it in. Let's just put it in. Now the rind is excellent for us. And you know, they make candy out of the skin of oranges and citrus. So why not just put it in your drink and use it? Why throw it out? So I put some of the skin in, and I think that's it for right now. All right, now the next thing I need to do, I'm going to be packing it into jars, but I need to get water in here. So let's get some water in there. Now you can use tap water if you can drink your tap water, or you can use filtered water. We have filtered water. We use both. But for drinking, I do mainly filtered water. And now we're just going to add this in. Now there is one more thing we could add in. Let me show you something. I'll be right back. Let me go to the fridge. Sometimes if I've got it, especially during the holidays, you can get cranberries real cheap. And what you do is you buy it when they have it on sale, and you keep it frozen. So I like adding in a few cranberries. They're frozen. It doesn't, you add in what you want. This is just my thing. Sometimes I add in ginger and turmeric, but lately I've been eating my turmeric, and I did not grab any ginger today. So it's kind of whatever you want to grab in. Sometimes I add in blueberries. I think right now it's pretty full. I'm going to skip the blueberries. But basically you can add in what you want. Okay, now it's going to get noisy. I'll probably speed it up. Now when I think it's almost done, it's got this button where you can just push it and it brings it to the highest speed. This is a plain old blender. I think this thing cost me on sale like 10 bucks. That's all it is. It's a plain blender. And what does it cost? 10 to 20, $25? So this is an osterizer, but you can get any type you want. Now, the thing is, the reason I do this is to make sure everything mixes through. Sometimes it gets into a vortex where it's just going to go like that, and there might be pieces left that it didn't get. But I found if you stop, it gets everything. Anything that was left on the top kind of flips it back, and then it brings it in and it blends up. It's going to be like cream. It's going to be so thin and so smooth is what the word I'm looking for. Now, the other thing I add in here knowing that there's really not much in here. This is grape juice. You can grab any grape juice you want. I go with the purple. I go with the, well, I hope for Concord, but you don't always get it. Read the label. It says Concord grapes, but that's only because they put in Concord grapes. There's other grapes. So whatever grape juice you want to use, that will give you sweetness so you can drink it. It will taste better that way. But if you read, there's nothing in here, and then they had to fortify it because of the way our food is made now. So they may add in vitamin C afterwards. This doesn't have anything really. Hold on. Oh, it's got a little bit. But the point is, I'm doing this for flavor, and this has got no sugar in it. I always buy the ones that are with no sugar, just juice, concentrate. Now I'm going to add this in, and there's not that much left in here. I might just use the whole bottle. Now what I do sometimes is when I'm done with the grape juice that I've got, like there was just a little bit left, I sometimes put my drink in here, and then when I'm done, I recycle this later. But since I've got my glass jars, I really like packing it in glass. Then I will use the glass jar. So most of the time, 90% of the time, I'm using my glass jars. That's just to save me on cleaning and stuff. Now the top, we'll just put the top down there, and this is it. Now I just pack it in jars. Now, if you put orange peel in there, it depends on the oranges. Sometimes you'll get what looks like Jell-O. It comes out of the skin, and it's gelatin, it's a pectin, and you may have to stir it. It depends on the tangerine or orange you use, but this is it. Now I've got enough for 2 days, 1 day, it doesn't matter. Look at that. I don't like wasting anything. So sometimes what I do is I'll grab a glass. Like I said, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. It's not something you want to drink now. It doesn't keep me up. It just gives me energy. It's the last thing I need. Now, I'm going to swish this around. I'll put this in the sink and wash this in a few minutes. And I'll take a little bit. It's so smooth. As far as taste, it's greens. But as far as health, this is gold. I happen to like it. It's not something I sit down and enjoy like a cup of coffee. It's something I gulp. I drink it and go on my merry way. Gary sometimes will sit down and he will enjoy himself while he's drinking it. But for me, I look at this as my energy. I will tell you, this will keep you healthy. If you've got any health issues, you're pulling this out of your garden. Now, of course, you can go buy everything, but everything in here came from the garden. I know there's no pesticides. I know it is perfect. It just grew as nature would have it grow, and now it's been blended. It hasn't been irradiated. It hasn't been sprayed. It hasn't been treated. It hasn't been stored. Now it's going to go into the fridge, and it's going to stay there until it's gone. And, we may end up finishing this tomorrow. Sometimes we almost finish it. There's a little bit left. I'll have it in the morning right after coffee or before. But this is how easy it is. A cheap blender. I have never bought myself a juicer. I'm not throwing anything away. You saw everything went in there. Everything got blended smooth, and it's ready to drink. You've got all your fiber in here. You've got everything you need. So this is what we drink all the time. I'll tell you what I don't put in here. I don't put in tomatoes. I don't put in squash. I don't put in peppers. I don't really put in watermelon, though that would be good if you've got it to put in that because it's got a lot of magnesium. I'm mainly going for greens, and I'm going for superfoods. So if I have moringa or I remember, I grab that. A lot of your herbs are really good. So if I think about it, like I said, I may come in with just a few things. But when I'm thinking about it, I might grab a little bit of mint. I always try to bring in red vein sorrel. If I've got purple cabbage, sometimes I will put in a few leaves from that. Anything red or purple. It's kind of whatever I forage in my basket and bring in the house. If you've only got a few things, that's still fine. It's real food. It's perfect. This is so much better than any vegetable drink you can buy in the store. Wash it good, blend it up, store it in glass. That's really the best way to do it, especially if you got citrus in there. And then in the morning, just shake it up and you can drink it straight. You can add it to water. Sometimes if it's in the fridge, it's cold. I'll put a little bit of hot water in it because I don't like things really, really cold. And that's it. So I hope I'm giving you ideas of what to do with your greens. This is a good way to do your greens. You saw what I put in there, and this is basically a superfood. And I will put carrots when I have carrots, and I will put beets in here when I have beets, and everything is going in here raw. And again, you saw whatever berries I want to put in. Keep the tomatoes out. You can cook the tomatoes, eat them raw, put them in your salad. I don't bother putting lettuce in here. Put your superfoods in here. The food that agrees with you and the food that makes you have energy. So with that, have a wonderful day. And don't forget to eat what you grow or drink it. But it's perfect. It's a good thing. Really good. Okay, into the fridge you go, and we have you for tomorrow.